Hi everyone, I'm MaryAnn. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, currently in Singapore, and welcome to day 35 of my 100-day vlog project. So this is a daily vlog series for 100 days where I share what I have learned about personal growth and evolution, about the journey that you go on to pursue your dreams and manifest whatever it is that really matters to you, about finding your purpose and finding something that is worthy and meaningful for you in this life. And following your passion and the creative process, the artist journey, all these things. So if you have questions relating to any of these things, feel free to ask them in the comments below, or you can directly message me through any of my social media links, which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. So the past few days I've been talking about how growth and coming out of our comfort zone is a very dramatic and painful and basically a whole struggle, and it's totally normal. And I also shared about how, why it is that case, why it is that way is because, we have all these internal resistances that would come up every time we want to take that step out of your comfort zone, and it will try to like reel you back in so that you stay in there and it's like all nice and calm and peaceful, right? But that's not how growth works. If you want to grow, if you want to really expand yourself, if you want to pursue that dream that is much bigger than you and your abilities and your capabilities right now, you have to take steps towards there, and a lot of times that requires you to come out of your comfort zone. So yesterday I shared how we can overcome some of these resistances, and one thing is to just focus on what's that next right thing that you need to focus on and you need to do right now, because it's only that when you take that next step and then the next step and then the next step, eventually you will get there and you will get past that resistance. Another way is to maybe look at what is that resistance really about. Like for me, a lot of times it's just emotional stuff that needs to be expressed, and then once I express it, I'm okay. And for some people, and sometimes it could be that the goal, the thing that you've set for yourself might be just too large and you need to pull it back a little bit, so that it becomes a bit more manageable and it's easier for you to overcome your resistances too. How do you know which one of these methods to take, or I guess possible solutions that you can take, because there are endless solutions when it comes to this. You have to test it out for yourself basically. It comes back down to epistemology again, that if you want to see if something really works for you or not, you have to just try it out and see what happens. And of course, over time, the more you challenge your comfort zone, the more you push yourself towards growth, the more you expand your capacity and your capabilities, the easier it will be over time for you to overcome whatever resistances you have, because you'll develop an awareness around them. You will develop an awareness around the patterns that you will have around your, like what happens every time you encounter a resistance. And when you have that awareness, when you have gathered enough data because you've done this pushing of your comfort zone and growing enough times, it becomes easier to figure out, it becomes easier to decide what to do whenever you encounter a new resistance. So this is something you have to test out and you have to try out, and it also really depends on the goal or the task at hand that you are trying to do, or it depends on that comfort zone of yours that you're trying to challenge as well. Sometimes one approach is to just go big, like to just go all out and just do it, because once you break past that barrier in a very huge way, you get exposed to a new reality that is very in your face, and because it's so in your face, it's like a shock to your system and you can't deny it anymore. Somehow the resistance would just have to take a back seat. And then in some cases, the go big approach doesn't really work because it might become too confronting and then you don't end up doing it. So it really depends, on the task. It really depends on you as a person, which approach is the best for you. As an example, like for me, I've been wanting to do a weekly vlog series for the longest time, and this year in July I decided, okay, I'm going to start my weekly vlog, in July. And then I got stuck because I just kept thinking like, oh, I don't even know what to talk about. I need to have a fixed kind of topic. I need to know who my audience is so I know who I'm talking to. And then I realized, and then July goes by, August goes by, and then it's September, and I realized I still have no clue about this. And the only way that I can move forward with this, vlog that I've been wanting to do for the longest time, is to just start. So at that point in time, I had wanted to do a weekly thing, but I also knew that if I were to do a weekly thing based on my previous, experiences of doing different kinds of projects that challenge me out, that push me and challenge me out of my comfort zone, a weekly indefinite thing doesn't work for me. For me, having a fixed time frame it has always worked best. Like when I know that I only am doing this for a certain number of days and I would do it consistently for that number of days, I'm more likely to stick to it than something that is an indefinite weekly goal. So like a weekly vlog is, it's an indefinite time frame. It doesn't have a fixed endpoint. So that's when, part of why I decided to do a 100-day vlog is because one, it would really challenge me, because I've done the 30-day daily project before and it wasn't as challenging. So 100 days would really challenge me. 100 days would force me to be more systematic in terms of planning my schedule as to when I'm going to do these recordings, when I'm going to edit them, when I'm going to publish them, the systems that are required to actually keep this going for 100 days. And yeah, it forces me to just do it. Like I have no, there's no time for the resistances to act up, because if I don't record, I have nothing. Basically that's what it is. Yeah, so that's what works for me in terms of this project. But if it was something else, like for example my exercise project, right? If I were to suddenly, like what I used to do in the past, run 5 kilometers after having not exercised for 2 years, then I know, yes, it will be very outside of my comfort zone. Yes, it will be a struggle. I might be able to do it once, but I probably wouldn't want to continue with it again. So for my exercise thing, consistency is the key thing that I wanted to build. And consistency is something that is outside my comfort zone because I'm not a very consistent person and I don't like routine and structure and yeah. So slowly building that up was what was required. Slowly building that discipline and the consistent effort that I would put in to do that. So how you figure out what is the best approach for you in terms of your stretching your comfort zone and stretching your limit, and how do you want to grow and evolve yourself, it really depends a lot on you as an individual. It depends a lot also on the goal and the task that you're trying to do. And the only way to know for sure what is going to work for you is to just test out different ways, test out different things and see, have like a log or something, like a journal or something, and just record down like what worked, what didn't work, what could be improved on, and yeah, you just have to tweak as you go along, and just figure things out as you go along, because it is a process of learning. It is a process of growth. It's not the first time round and you get it right. You might take many tries before you find something that works for you, and that's a very normal part of the growth process too. So if you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow my Facebook page wherever you're seeing this on. And if you have questions or if you want to share your perspective on what I've talked about today, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can directly message me through any of my social media links which are listed below. So I will see you tomorrow.